In this video, we're going to double back on our skill level, technically, talking about factoring. There's some basic factoring, talk about the vocabulary words factors and GCF, greatest common factor. And when we say greatest common factor, what we're talking about is the greatest common factor between 2, 3, some finite number of numbers. Now, press pause and get this into your notes and this into your notes, and then unpause it when you're ready to listen again. All right, welcome back. So, factor. What is the definition of a factor? It's one of two or more numbers or one of two or more algebraic expressions that, when multiplied together, produce a given product. For example, let's talk about factors of 8. One of the factors of 8 is are 4 and 2. Why? So 4 is a factor. Why is it a factor? It's one of two numbers, right, that when multiplied together have a given product. 27. What are some factors of 27? 9 and 3. So 9 is a factor. 3 is a factor. And then there's the concept of prime factors, which means that the number is no longer divisible by anything other than 1 in itself. So 3 would be one of the prime factors of 27. 9 is just a factor, but it's not prime. The greatest common factor then between two numbers would be the number that's the largest of all the factors in both numbers that they have in common. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Right now, let's work on just factoring. In this whole exercise you're going to be working on, we're just going to ask you to keep factoring numbers. So here's how I work it. I look at 12, and I start with the number 1. 1 times what is 12? 12. Does 2 go into 12? Yes. So 2 times what? 6. Does 3 go into 12? Yes. 3 times what? 4. And the next number after 3 is 4, and 4 is already in my list, so that's it. So when I list all of the factors of 12, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. That's it. Let's try another one. Factors of 100. Remember, keep writing everything that I'm writing. Factors of 100 seems to be a daunting task, right? It's a huge number. Should we grab a calculator? No, just hang on for a second. The whole purpose here is to practice our multiplication skills. These are going to serve us well in geometry and algebra 2 and further, beyond. So let's see here. We have 1 times 100. Does 2 go into 100? Certainly. 50. 2 times 50. Does 3 go into 100? No. Does 4 go into 100? Yes. 25 times. Does 5 go into 100? Yeah, it ends in a 0, so it's a multiple of 5. 5 goes in 20 times. Does 6 go into 100? And so you might have to just come off to the side and say, let's see, does 6 go into 100? 6 goes into 10 once. With 4 left over, 6 doesn't go into 40, so no, 6 doesn't go in nicely. Does 7? 7 goes into 10 once. With 3 left over, 30 comes down. 7 going to 30? No. How about 8? No. 9? No. 10? Yes. 10 times 10. How about 11? Nope. And that's all of them. You could keep checking, but 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way up to 20. And I've already hit one of the numbers that's there, so that's all of them. So, factors of 100. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20. I'm only going to write 10 the one time. 20, 25, 50, and 100. That wasn't so bad. It seemed like a big number, like a 100 would have so many more. Nope. Okay. On a side note, here's a little trick for multiples of 3. Is 27 divisible by 3? Yes. How do we know? Because we just know. But if you look at the digits in 27, it's 2 and 7. If you add 2 plus 7, you get 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes. So is 27. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at, say, 123. Is 123 divisible by 3? What's 1 plus 2 plus 3? 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. Is 6 divisible by 3? Yes, then so is 123. So when we are looking at the number 100, can 100 be divisible by 3? 1 plus 0 equals 1. And can 1 be divided by 3? No, so neither can 100. All right. I don't like to do too many tricks, but I like to have the one for a value of 3. So now what we're looking for is the greatest common factor of 36 and 54. So the first thing we have to do is factor 36 and 54. So take a moment, press pause, factor 36 on your own. Okay, how'd you make out? Again, I encourage you to factor on your own and check against mine. If you're writing mine, you're missing the whole point of this exercise, is to work on your multiplication skills. Okay, how about factors of 54? Press pause now, get the factors of 54. And just for a little practice here, a reminder, okay, 1 and 54, 2 and 27, 5 plus 4 is 9, so it's divisible by 3, 3 and 18. Does 4 go into 54? Well, 4 goes into 5 once, and now I carry the 1 over here, it'll be 14, which is not divisible by 4. Doesn't end in 5 or 0, so 5 doesn't go into it. 6 goes into it 9 times. 7 doesn't, 8 doesn't, 9 doesn't. We already got 9, so that's all of them. So now we're going to write these in order. So I'm going to put the 36 right there and the 54 right here. Now that I have all of my values written out, now I'm looking for the biggest number they have in common. So I start with the smallest number, right, or the smaller of the two values. 36 is going to be the biggest number here. Do I see a 36 down here? No. 18 is here. Do I see an 18 here? Yes. Bingo. 18 is our greatest common factor. That is the largest factor that both 36 and 54 have in common. This is the skill that helps you add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators. This is the skill that precludes a lot of other skills in Algebra 1 and beyond. This is the skill that you need to continue to develop. Okay, well now the greatest common factors of 156. Well, I know that we already broke 100 down, so I'm going to write it down here, 100, and refer back to my notes, because I took good notes, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 20, 25, 50, and 100 itself. Now all we have to do is break down the 56. So I start up here with the 56. Again, take a minute, see if you can do 56. Press pause now and go for it. Okay, so I get 1 times 56. 56 is even, so it's definitely divisible by 2, 2 and 28. 5 plus 6 is 11, which is not divisible by 3, so neither is 56. How about the 4? I just take a second and I come off to the side and I say, well, let's see, 56 divided by 4. 4 goes into the 5 once, with 1 left over, and 4 goes into 16 14 times. And bingo, presto, I got my 14. 5, no, it doesn't end in 5 or 0. 6, no, because I know my multiplication facts. 6 times 9 is 54. 7, yes, 7 times 8. And now I have that, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to write those in order down next to the 56. And again, I'm taking the smaller of the numbers. I'm starting at the largest I have. 56, that down here? No. 28, that down here? No. 14? No. 8? No. 7? No. 4? Yes. Okay. The greatest common factor between 56 and 100 apparently is 4. That's all you're going to do, is just keep working on your ability to factor, your ability to factor. Try not to use calculator. Try your best not to use a calculator, okay? The point of this exercise is to strengthen your multiplication skills. If you're using a calculator, then you're not strengthening your multiplication skills. Who cares? Well, I'll tell you, most advertising is designed to take advantage of those who don't understand basic arithmetic. Don't let that be you. Practice now and be glad you did. See you next time.